Right, so Luke chapter 14, verse 31. Jesus is still continuing with this. He said, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first, and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Right? Right. That's like we keep talking about, with all your heart you have to believe. Right? Because when Jesus talked the parable of the sower, where the seed is the word of God and it's sown, and it gets down in there and it sounds good for a minute, but then what happens? Satan comes immediately, tries to get that out of there. Right? So he's going to show you, oh, look what you got to go through. Oh man, what? You're going to have to give up the world and the things in the world and the lust of the flesh and the eyes. All these things you're going to have to give up. Are you sure you're going to be willing to give that up? It's going to cost you your prosperity life. And then that person say, oh yeah, you're right. And he falls away. He doesn't believe, because he believes for a minute, but after Satan comes to show him what's going to possibly happen, he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to do it. He's no, I ain't doing that. I'm sticking with the world, but not my faith in the world, not on what Jesus did. It doesn't look like he's offering very much prosperity, so I'm going to stick to the world where I know I'm going to get some prosperity out of it. So you don't believe with all your heart. So it's not just saying a prayer to get salvation, to be saved. There's no sinner's prayer in the Bible. No, it's not the words you speak is not going to save you. It's what you believe that saves you with all your heart, because only He knows. Only God knows if you believe with all your heart. You're not going to fool Him. So if you got one fraction of your heart on the world, you're not going to make it. Because you're not trusting 100% in Him, you're trusting in 1% of Him, of the other Jesus. And that counteracts the 100% pure absolute salvation, where you believe with all your heart. You can't believe with all your heart if you believe with 1% of your heart in the other way. It doesn't work. And you're only fooling yourself, because you're not fooling God. It's all or nothing. It's all your heart or nothing. You can make a big long list of all the good deeds and the good works you did your whole life, but if you're still believing in this, it's just going to burn. It's going to be for nothing. You're not going to get anything out of those works, because salvation is not of works. So, in verse 32, or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador, and desireth conditions of peace. Right? Right, so he's talking about the parable where he's talking about the kings, like, oh, you got to go to war. Let's figure this out here, because if he doesn't think he's going to be able to overcome the bigger army, he's going to send an ambassador out. So like, let's talk about peace. Yeah. Right? And then verse 33. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. He's hitting this point in over and over with these people. Because why? Because they have their faith on the world. You know, all their possessions and all their worldly stuff. They're putting their faith and their desire in those things. Right? He said, he of you that will forsake not all that he hath. So if you're not willing to give up all that you have, you cannot be his disciple. I'm not saying it. Jesus is saying it. So, We talk about it so many times. You come out of the world. Come out of the world. Don't be conformed to the world. You're going to love the world. You can't love God with all your heart. So you better make up your mind quick. Because time is running short.